Well, Paul, commiserations today. It's a heartbreaking way to lose a football match. What's your take on today's game?
So, listen, I think it's one of those games. Listen, we're asking the same players to play again, more or less. But the first game took goals disappointing. Get tight with a man, let him roll us, and we're just making stupid decision making, and it's cost us every time. To be fair to them, first half had a few chances, and then obviously when they got the goal, that gave them the impetus. We looked like we was out on our feet. And we had to change it, we had to attempt to change it, and obviously, to get the goal, to get the equaliser. It's then again about concentration levels, about doing the right things, making the right decisions. Okay, we get the ball in midfield, we try to run up the park, so they're passing it, go back to Joe, in the back at Joe, he kicks it, they end up down the right hand side, and then we don't deal with it. It's the ball in the box, deal with it. Panic, goes out for a corner, don't win the header, don't win the second one. And you come in away with nothing when you should have come away with a point. And it's tough, you know what I mean? It is tough because, listen, it wasn't the greatest game of football, you know what I mean? But we're fighting for our lives here. And one thing I can't accuse the lads of is not fighting for their lives. But Sunderland, Cardiff, this, Preston at our place, this is happening again. So I've said to him, your focus levels and concentration have to be second to none, and they're not. And that's why you come away here for nothing, and you didn't deserve that.
I mean, that, as you said, Kelvin getting his first goal, he would have come away with a 1-1, feeling like, having come from behind, and a young lad getting his first goal. It could have been quite a good return for us, but that's why I think everyone feels quite deflated off the back of it. But we have to kind of pick ourselves up again, don't we?
Yeah, we have to, of course. And listen, it was all about getting something from today's game, and when he scores that, was it 86th minute?
83rd.
Yeah, then you're relying on your people to make the right decisions and do the right things, and they didn't do that, and ultimately that's cost us a point, which took us closer to where we want to be. But listen, we've got to go again. We've got 2 games against Burnley and Luton. That's not going to be easy, but nothing's really changed. You know what I mean? So it's a case of, a point wouldn't have really took us where we want to get to, but it's just the way you lose these games. And I've said to the players in there, you've got to learn your lessons. You've had enough lessons, Cardiff, Sunderland, you've had enough lessons to say, right, once we equalise, and the game. Don't do the right things, focus, concentrate, and it didn't, and they're getting punished for it.
So as you said there, that's going to be the case now. We've got sort of 6 days, shorter, 5 days, shorter week now with the Easter break, and then really 2 tough games. Starting with Burnley, we know what sort of team they are. They've sort of run away with it at the top of the table, but gave them a brilliant game at their place. We know what happened, but we're desperate to get some points now, aren't we? Against a really good side.
Yeah, cool. Listen, I think this one, when you're down there, you want to get points. You know what I mean? But as I said, we've got to kind of stay calm. Listen, it's going to be a tough game on Saturday, especially with the squad we've got at this moment of time. So, we're going to have to just keep giving it a go. Like we've done. One thing about the players, I give it a go, but we just lack that quality. We lack that kind of, understanding. And I said to the players, you don't demand enough from each other. You accept sloppy mistakes. At times, like middle of the park, we're doing things. I'm thinking, what are we doing? At the back, we're doing things. I'm thinking, what are we doing? And we players just allow it to happen. And I said, there's not enough demands from you guys when people do sloppy things. We need to be demanding from each other. But listen, it's going to hurt today. It does hurt. You know what I mean? It's a tough day for the fans. It's a long way journey, especially on Easter Monday. We always appreciate them coming. And I think this ultimately, on the positive note, we made some stubs. We've got some young players on. Kelvin got his goal, which is a plus, for the future. But you just can't keep making mistakes, and that's nothing to do with management. That's nothing to do with the managing staff. That's nothing to do with anyone else. It's individual players switching off and not doing the right things when you need them to do the right things, and that's cost us I'd probably say 15 points this season. Around that time, and again we failed it again. So disappointing. But listen, we can't wallow on our own self-pity. We've got to pick ourselves up. Saturday's going to be tough. Wednesday's going to be tough too. So, but at home we can always get something. I mean, no one's really got away from us at the bottom. So anything can happen.